Okay, so our task this moon is to patrol and guard the monastery in support of the knights, who are busy trying to stop an assassination plot. Here's the thing. I don't think the bad guys are really trying to assassinate the Archbishop.
Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
Okay, so our task this moon is to patrol and guard the monastery in support of the knights, who are busy trying to stop an assassination plot.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I don't think the bad guys are really trying to assassinate the Archbishop.
So then what's their plan? It could be a distraction. How so? I don't think the bad guys are really trying to assassinate the Archbishop. It's a distraction.
Precisely. That secret note with the assassination plot on it, there's just no way that was real.
It sounds too obvious.
People don't just carry around secret notes. Someone wanted us to find it.
You really think the assassination plot is just a distraction?
Oh yeah, that makes complete sense.
Maybe not in the first act, but I'll tell you right now, the second act changes a little bit. But I don't want to talk about the second act that much.
If I knew that, I wouldn't be so worried. Let's see. It probably involves somewhere that will be empty during the Rite of Rebirth, yeah?
Since the ceremony is at the Goddess Tower, it follows that everywhere else at the Academy will be severely understaffed.
Do you think they're after the church's donation money? I hear noble families tend to donate quite generously.
My bet's on the dining hall. It's a treasure trove of delicious food.
Of course you would think that,
Just
Raphael.
thinking about them getting their grubby hands on it.
Of course you would think about food. Look at your pecs. Your abs are just about to tear off that shirt. Relax.
Let's split up and look around. I'll keep an eye on the reception hall.
Probably the least guarded hallway.
You should get in some training if you have the time, Hilda. There's a good chance we'll have to fight.
Well, I'm not the only one who needs to train here. It's not right to single me out like that.
A secret meeting, Professor?
Oh, Shamir. Hello.
Oh, we haven't been introduced. I am Shamir.
Say that again, but
Shamir is one of
slower.
the Knights of Seros, and that little go-getter there is...
I work for Lady Rhea, and I'm Shamir's apprentice. Oh, the name's Cyril. Yep, she's teaching me about the bow and the sword and all kinds of stuff. I've got to protect Lady Rhea, so that's why I've got to learn all I can from Shamir.
Whoa, whoa,
Cyril
whoa, whoa,
adores
whoa,
women.
chill out.
That aside, if you need anything, ask.
Wait, did she just join my party? Yeah, how that works. You have allies who can take intermediate exams. Take a look at the certifications to review which they can take. Free. Thank you. Thank you for the free one. Leonie can. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Leonie. Why not? 64% chance though. But Cavalier would really help. I need mobility. Might turn her into a... Maybe I should turn her into a frickin' Pegasus Knight. Oh no, she has no flying. I need someone with flying. Damn it, who am I gonna teach? Maybe Marianne, maybe? Master, special. Special? Since when was it? Oh, that's from Valkyrie. That's actually what I'm probably gonna aim for her. Okay. I'll give it like I'll give it a sec. Begin exploring.
A hero's relic.
Yeah, what do you know about that? You know something about that shit?
However, could I know something? Still, it is heavy on my mind. The stone within the sword. A glow of red. Oh, it is nothing.
Damn it, tell me. No. No. Huh. Okay. No. Oh no, dancer. Oh. I can rock this. I think I can rock. Can I rock this? I'm just gonna stick with this. But the glasses I'm keeping. Accept the quest from your house leader. There's a quest. Out of my way, I gotta accept the quest. Out of my way. Oh my god, they're all bunched up here.
To figure out our foe's intentions, we need information. Lots of it. Or any, at the least. For now, try going around the monastery and looking for suspicious locations. You should also try chatting folks up to see if they know anything. Once we've got things narrowed down, let's meet up and compare notes. Can I ask you a favor?
Know the enemy.
It seems there were forces opposing the church, beyond Lord Lonato. I never thought such forces could exist in this world.
You mean evil? It makes sense the church has enemies. We only know a small part of this world.
I suppose that may be true.
She has to have the softest voice in the game. I am saying that right now. She has the softest voice, which is great.
I don't know who's to blame for all this commotion, but it's frankly
Whoa,
a
chill
huge
out.
inconvenience.
Chill out there, Lysithea. Coming at me with all this energy here. I don't know who's to blame for this commotion.
Everyone's stuck on guard duty. Our study and training time has been drastically reduced.
Some things are more important than that. I agree, it's very inconvenient.
Indeed. For now, let's do all we can to find and dispose of our enemy.
Jeez. Make sure to never cancel an appointment with her.
Now, the monks declined my offer of assistance. They said that no one from Dusker is to be trusted, especially now, given the circumstances. I cannot fault them.
Jesus, this guy's... the bass in his voice is just so... so insane. He has so much bass in his voice. Hey, Edelgard, what are you up to? Interested in tea?
Oh, have you been tasked with guarding the monastery as well? Such a stir over a single letter. But I suppose the Archbishop's safety is too important to risk.
Professor,
Yes. Say my name.
is it true you got caught in the fighting? I'm so thankful you made it out alive. I don't know what we would do if we lost you.
That's nice of you to say. Here, have a feather.
Are you sure? Thank you, I love it.
I'm out. You're being way too nice.
I bet the enemy is using this assassination nonsense just to sneak in and raid the pantry. What do you think, Professor?
Clearly 100%.
Oh, I'm right, all right. My animal instinct is telling me that the enemy is after our best meats.
You know, I like the way he thinks. Cause having what is it called? One-track mind.
Hello?
They're helpful. Oh, there's Shamir. What do I want?
You spend too much time roaming the monastery.
Are you keeping an eye on me?
If you're looking for something, try less aimless wandering.
I'm not looking for anything. Just thinking about the enemy's objective.
Do you even know who the enemy is? You can't know why without knowing who. It's none of my business anyway. I'm just here to take care of enemies who get too close.
Just step on me already, damn it. I'm out. Did I say that out loud? Shit, I did. Felix.
Lord Lonato's rebellion may have been quelled, but the unrest in Fargus isn't dying down anytime soon. The Boar Prince should hurry up and claim the throne, rather than letting old customs hold him back. All right?
Oh, it's Yuritsa.
You're skilled. Why won't you battle me?
Lord Lonato's the Boar. Yes.
Cool. Hey, Petra.
Fighting to stop a murdering is my specialness. No, my specialty. I will show my best work.
Okay. Oh god, Hilda's talking to Sylvain.
Hello! I'm in charge of managing all records for the Golden Deer House. Oh, but I don't have any information of note right now. Go ahead and continue your investigation, and put a little extra effort into it, please.
Giving me orders? Alright.
No classes on a festival day. I thought I'd get to spend all day relaxing in the company of some lovely ladies. But now this mess has happened. Hey, Professor. I know there's talk of an assassination attempt, but do you really think they'll do it on the day of the Rite of Rebirth? I feel like security would be looser some other time. Is there some reason why it has to happen on that?
Bruh.
Okay.
Let's see. All this talk of assassination plots. It brings back dark memories I prefer to keep buried. I doubt there is any correlation, and yet... it is nothing. I am sorry for allowing my mind to wander. My focus should be solely on guarding the monastery right now.
You're a strange one, Dimitri.
Professor, I hear you have fought alongside Catherine. I would wager that her power exceeded your expectations. Had you the chance to witness her relic? Thunderbrand, glowing red.
Yeah.
That glow is a sure sign that her blood contains a crest that harmonizes with that hero's relic.
What the?
You know a little bit too much about that.
I hear you. Had you that glow?
Angry.
Hey, Professor. Oh, hey, Professor. I was just reading this letter from my father. Do you know him? He's a pretty big deal in the Empire. He only writes to ask how my training's going, or how many monsters I've killed. Stuff like that. Hey, I got a favor to ask.
Speaking of which, Professor Yuritsa seems very familiar to me, but I don't recognize his name. I guess the resemblance could be coincidental.
Professor?
Professor? Do you know what this room is? It is the church's treasure vault. I say treasure, but I do not mean silver and gold and jewels. It mostly contains weapons, artifacts, and anything that would cause too great a stir. Should it be stolen? No. The church knows better than to store anything too valuable in such a...
Interesting.
Professor?
Alright, be right back.
Hey, Professor, I hope you're well. As for me, I had a date with a splendid specimen of a knight. But now he's suddenly not in the mood to see me again.
How so? Why? I would want to see all three of you again.
I blame all these rumors of a deathly figure showing up in town. Such an uproar must have, beyond reason, drawn his attention away from me.
Not gonna lie. I went out of my way a couple hundred times. Bye. Bye. Look at Lorenz, just forcibly making friends.
Are we really just taking Claude's word for it? If so, I doubt anything will come of this. It is all probably just some sort of distasteful joke. I find it highly unlikely that anyone would be foolish enough to barge in here and cause a disturbance.
He's so...
Maybe. It would be terrible if the greenhouse was targeted. The plants in here are incredibly valuable. This place contains the heart of Garrett Mock's 995-year history. So many beautiful flowers. Plants that can save or end lives. They are all my precious children.
Aww.
No.
What? What? I did not say anything to you. Just make some planting, doing a little bit of planting. Hey Bernadetta, always behind that door of yours, huh? Bernadetta.
Hi. Right now is, well, right now is okay, I guess. If you, want to chat. A little.
A little. Didn't I see you at the dining hall last night?
Hey, I get hungry sometimes. Like anyone else. What? Eating at night is bad for you? There's no way that's true. Wait, really?
Yeah. You'll probably wind up peeing in the middle of the night, waking up and peeing, or I don't know. When I eat at night, I wake up like I feel like shit right in the morning. I feel like crap. I don't know why. Sleeping is for rest and repair. Sleeping is the time for you to rest and repair. If you're eating right before you go to bed, your body's not really repairing as much because your body's busy digestion. But that, I don't know. That's just from experience. I just feel like crap every time I eat right before you go into bed. So I love me some good old eggs though. Eggs and bacon in the morning. Recruit. I doubt she's gonna say yes.
Hi, sorry, I'm trying, but you're still kind of a stranger.
Everyone's different though. I remember I had a friend who we used to both fast, but he fasts the whole day. I mean, we both do OMAD, but he would fast and break his fast that right before he goes to bed. He said he just needs something to eat. But before he goes to bed. And I'm the complete opposite. I eat in the morning. I break my fast in the morning. So it's interesting. Everybody works differently. Why am I picking up stuff from people's houses, from people's rooms? that's a link thing. So it's definitely depending on everybody, depending on the individual or things. Okay. Back at the church. Let's see.
Hey.
Hey. Is that how you talk to your professor? Hey, Ignatz.
The monastery's so big. How can we narrow down the list of possible targets? The only places I can think of are the vault and the library and...
You literally just answered the question. That's pretty much it, I think. The vault. They're just gonna steal it. They have. What else are they gonna do? Oh, I feel bad for this kid.
I can't stop thinking about Lonato.
We killed your dad. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Professor. I know this isn't the time, but I just can't get past it.
Pull yourself together. Sorry, buddy. I think that was his dad. That sucks.
Impossible. Have you visited the Goddess Tower? It's a sacred place used for rituals and the like.
Go
In
on.
general, students aren't allowed entry, but as you'd expect, that rule just excites their curiosity. Some have even tried sneaking in. Well, at least for this month, that kind of behavior is totally unthinkable. We have a lot more security, what with the goddess's Rite of Rebirth coming up. I have a thought. Impossible.
Impossible.
Hello there.
That Hello. Listen, the goddess's home is in the sky. She lives on a bright and shining star. But in the spring, you can't see that star. That means she can't protect Fodlan. That's why we all celebrate the day when her star returns to the sky. That's the day of the Rite of Rebirth. See? See? I've been studying. I know just about everything.
Alright, well, since you know so much, let's go to war together, kid. That's the next step. War.
People seem to think that all the Knights of Seros are equal, but that isn't quite so. There are many distinguishing ranks within the Order. For example, there are squires who are training to become knights, as well as full knights, like myself. Oh,
humble
and
brag.
Then we have the holy knights, such as Catherine. Those are the knights that can wield a hero's relic.
Oh, Flane's here? We say hi to Flane. Mrs. Goody Two Shoes, where are you?
Professor, here's an idea. On the day of the rite, the monastery will be open to the public, including the Holy Mausoleum. The Holy Mausoleum is where the tomb of the divine Seros lies. There she slumbers, eternally. That's pretty much all that's in there. It's sealed with a powerful magic to protect against would-be grave robbers.
Professor.
What's up, Flane?
Professor. I am afraid I have acted a bit childishly toward my brother recently. Given the circumstances, I requested that he provide me with some candies. Silly of me, really. The timing was improper, and I regret it very much now. Oh, but more importantly, this place is off limits, Professor. It is only open to the public on the day of the Goddess's Rite of Rebirth. I wonder who this belongs to. I have not the faintest idea.
What's Leonie doing here? Oh, she's probably talking to Gerald. He is. No, so
You'd best keep your distance.
that's my line.
In this nervous state, I might just cut you down.
Let's do it.
Oh, come on. I'm only kidding.
Get a room, you two.
Unbelievable. What a terrifying story. However, an assassination attempt on Lady Rhea is doomed to fail. Pardon? You think the goal may be different than simple assassination? Intriguing. I suppose the priceless objects in this room could perhaps draw thieves. However, there's no one but me who could make use of them.
You see, I assume he just writes so horribly that nobody can understand but him. Taste of liquor? I know who that belongs to.
Blast. Those Abyssian idiots. All they ever do is cause trouble. We'd best purge the entire underbelly of Garreg Mach.
No, we can't do that. They have a purpose. Is that it? No.
Might you have come looking for me because you were worried about my safety?
Are you coming on to me? The enemy could have other objectives. I was worried.
I'm quite all right, but your concern means a great deal.
I still don't know if I can trust her. Who's this? Who are you? He looks suspicious.
Well...
Out of my way.
Well... Professor, seems like donations to the monastery aren't actually kept here. That means the enemy isn't likely to be interested in money. We should turn our attention elsewhere. Then again, I guess some of the plants in the greenhouse could sell for a lot. But that can't really be it, can it?
Oh no, it's closed.
Well, what's the matter? You're running all over creation. Ah, you don't believe Lady Rhea is the real target, do you? Even so, the Knights have their orders. We can't abandon our duty to guard Lady Rhea. The goddess's Rite of Rebirth is an important event for the Church of Sera. They say it's the day when the goddess will return to walk among us. Not too likely, if you ask me. Best if you keep that to yourself.
This is so relatable. Everything about this game is so relatable. Shit.
Have you heard? Rumor has it that Death himself has been appearing in Garreg Mach. They say he appears every night and kidnaps folks. I wonder what happens to them.
Where did you learn that from?
Something in the monastery that someone might go after?
There's so much here, I couldn't possibly name just one. Even this here kitchen contains precious wares, wine bottles from centuries past and the like. I hear that stuff is fancy, but not very drinkable. I doubt anyone would go to the trouble of stealing it.
You'd be surprised. Is that Leanne?
So sleepy.
Leanne Hart?
Too sleepy. I found an interesting book in the library. Got so caught up reading it, I forgot to sleep. Interesting discovery, though. The coffins of the 4 saints in the sanctum each have their crests carved into them. I'll need to find a way down there to get a look.
Oh, so that's... hi?
I've been in town procuring some supplies for Flame. No, but do not concern yourself for my safety. I am very much stronger than I appear.
You want to try me, boy?
I have something to ask of you. I've been in town.
I thought I did that. No? Wait, Ingrid's here? Where? Oh, she's south.
Professor, Lady Rhea lifts the spirits of all the people of Fodlan. We cannot allow her to come to any harm.
I guess.
So... Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. The goddess's Rite of Rebirth is this month, right? The monastery gates will be thrown wide open on that day. I'll be working as a guide. I hope I get to guide some lovely ladies around.
No.
Hello there.
Hey, Professor. How's it going? I'd love to catch up, but I'm super busy right now. Hey, how about a favor?
So... Oh. Setting fire to the stables to distract everyone. To cause a commotion. It is the oldest trick in the book. But I cannot shake the thought that our enemies may attempt it. I will stand guard and watch over the stable. And the knight's horses. They are truly magnificent.
He talks with such a... I talk like this so I can be royal. Like that.
Please,
He's
do me
really...
a favor. I will stand...
Oh. I've heard talk of students wandering the monastery late at night. They wouldn't happen to be from your class, would they?
No. My students know better. Would not do such things.
You. Just what are you up to?
Well, if it isn't Lorenz.
Yes, it is. Try not to sound so affronted. And you're just whimsically wandering the monastery grounds again, I suppose?
What's wrong with that?
Naturally. After all, I really do adore the Garrick Mock Monastery.
No, I think not. That impish look on your face does not suggest innocence. You are up to something.
Lorenz, control yourself. Let's not start throwing around baseless accusations. It's not proper.
This monastery is packed with 1,000 years of history.
You can tell he's
Well,
so
5
sarcastic.
years shy of 1,000 if we're going for accuracy. Those pillars, these walls, even the floor, they've all seen more than we can possibly imagine. Our distant ancestors may have walked these very halls. Doesn't that excite you?
Perhaps if this were a discussion about art, but I'm afraid walls and floors are not sufficiently interesting to hold my attention.
This guy is a narcissist.
Nor will they suffice to distract me from what is plainly suspicious about you. House Regan was on the brink of collapse until they suddenly revealed you as their legitimate heir. That was only a year ago. Where were you before then? Are you even a true heir to House Regan?
If I weren't truly of House Regan descent, how do you imagine I acquired my crest?
A crest is insufficient. I am referring to your noble disposition or lack thereof.
Well, that's what I came here to hone, after all. I can only hope that you will assent to instruct me in the art of snobbery, Professor Lorenz.
I do not think you grasp the significance of the responsibility you bear. Do you even know what it means to lead the Leicester Alliance? I take no pleasure in saying this, but much of the chaos in our ranks right now is due to the failings of House Regan's leadership. I intend to set things right, and once I expose you for the fraud you are and reclaim my rightful place, that is precisely what I will do. To be blunt, it would have been better had you never shown your face here.
Sheesh, that guy. He just can't be reasoned with.
Bro. How can you hate on my man Claude like that? Oh my god. The dude is as refreshing as a spring breeze and you go and say that shit to him. Absolute evil.
I think I'm gonna pass out.
You're eating food? What the heck?
Oh, Lysithea? You're really pale. Yeah, I've been feeling really queasy all morning. I'm just heading back to my quarters to rest. Can you even make it there in that state? Here, climb on my back. I'll carry you. What? No. I'm not some sort of infant. Always worried about looking like a kid. No time for that now. Just get on.
That's a funny picture.
I'm feeling a bit better now. I should be okay from here. Thank you so much, Leonie. I hope I wasn't too heavy. Was I? No, not at all. Actually made for a fun bit of training. Training?
That's leg work.
Carrying someone around is good for the legs. You're just the right weight for it, too. I might ask you to help me train again sometime. Anything can be a kind of training with the right attitude, you know? Are you always thinking about training? Well, I can't devote all my time purely to training, so it's more efficient if I can train while I get other stuff done at the same time. Wouldn't that actually be rather inefficient? Huh? What do you mean? Well, for example, if you're training for endurance, it seems running would be a better approach. If you're only ever training by cramming it in with other tasks, you won't be getting the best results. I'm no expert on the subject, but even I can logic that one out. Come to think of it, you do always seem to stick to a pretty rigid schedule, don't you? I've noticed that you focus completely on whatever it is you've set out to do. Then you switch to something else and focus completely on that. You've noticed, have you? Now that I think about it, you may be right. Maybe that is the more efficient way to do things. Hey, you're really bright, Lysithea. Thanks so much for the helpful advice.
That gone pretty well.
That was sweet of Leonie to check on me and carry me all the way to my quarters. And in the end, I just lectured her. She did thank me for it, but I probably could have handled that better.
Hilda and Lysithea.
Aw, are you sure? Thank you so much. You're always so kind to me. I'll have to repay you sometime.
Oh, she's watching it happen. She's watching while she gets the deed done.
Lysithea?
Not the deed, but...
What are you doing there? Don't tell me you were listening just now and judging me getting other people to do my work for me.
Oh, that's what she was
I've got
doing.
better things to do. Although, I do wonder why everyone is always so eager to help you. I only ask for help if they offer. I don't ever pressure people. So I've noticed. That's what strikes me as odd. I suppose they're just so taken with me, they want to help me out. I see. That would explain it. Oh dear, I was expecting you to argue, not to agree with me right away. There's no reason to deny what's clearly true. Everything about your outward appearance is immaculate and well thought out. Even your fingernails are always well kept and painted. No doubt your toenails are the same. I can't tell if you're complimenting me or accusing me of something. And you smell delightful, like candy. Or wait, am I catching a hint of floral? I'm so glad you noticed. It's oil extracted from a flower that only blooms at night. Floral oils, huh? I didn't think they had much use outside of homeopathy and house cleaning. I have some right here, actually. Here, I can give you a splash. There we go. I put it on your wrists, so you'll want to rub them together. Body heat is what activates the scent. Your wrists and your neck are relatively warm, so they're good spots to apply the fragrance. For a very subtle fragrance, you can also try putting it under your clothing. So, what do you think? It's lovely. Now I smell just like you, Hilda. Somehow, this makes me feel a little more mature. Thank you. So that's it. She just wants to feel more grown up. She's hard to read, that one. That smile, though. Who knew she could be so cute?
No, they do have...
Oh, Marianne!
They do have a support. Okay.
Lysithea? What's all this commotion? What's happening? There's been an accident at the training grounds. A spell gone amok. Come on, we need all the help we can get over there. Oh no, but I don't know how We could really use your help before things get out of hand. Come on, hurry! I don't think I would be much help. Oh, for the goddess's sake! You won't know unless you try, will you? Don't decide you're of no use without even giving it a shot. Fine then. Forget it. I'll go on my own. You can just stand here and stare at the wall.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I can't do anything right. Oh. Perhaps I took it too far. Hey, Marianne? Do you have a minute? Listen, I'm sorry about all the stuff I said earlier. The situation was urgent, and I'll admit I wasn't thinking clearly. I shouldn't have been so callous. I hurt your feelings, didn't I? No, it's fine. I'm the one to blame. Huh? But, hey, are you sure you're all... I'm the one who should apologize. All I did was get in your way. You would have made it to the training grounds much sooner if I hadn't slowed you down. Huh? Wait a second.
No. It's still...
It's all my fault. It's always my fault. The accident was probably my fault too. You're being so... negative. I don't know what to say.
I'm speechless. Jeez. God damn.
Oh, Professor, here's the map you... Well, there's always next time, I suppose.
Hey, Ignatz! Didn't you have something to talk to the professor about?
Oh no, nothing urgent. You didn't cut short your conversation because of me, did you?
Come on, do I seem like the type to do that? No, I just had a couple of questions about the bows. We're done now, so I thought I'd come and tell you.
The bows? Is something wrong with them?
Lots of them have come in for repairs lately, so I switched out some of the strings for stronger ones. They've been breaking less, but now they're harder to draw.
Ah, I see. I suppose people would prefer if you went back to the lighter bowstrings.
Maybe. If the only issue was the draw weight, I'd just tell people to get stronger arms. But the real problem is that you can't shoot as fast. The arrows also fly too far now.
I can see how slower shooting is a drawback, but the arrows flying farther, that actually sounds like a good thing.
Sure, on open plains, but up close you lose accuracy. That's why I thought it might be good to use different bowstrings for different scenarios. I wanted the professor's opinion about that.
Oh, good point. You know a lot about bows, don't you?
Guess I do. I grew up in a hunting village, so I've been around them my whole life. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily better than anyone, but at least I know what I'm doing. And you? Do you have something you're really good at?
Me? Oh no, I don't think so.
Well, I'm sure you'll find your thing someday.
I hope so.
He's a he did. Oh, he should have just said he was a drawer.
A little closer.
Hey, Leonie. What are you up to?
Oh, come on. What'd you do that for? Look, you ran my quarry off.
You were hunting? Ooh, is the dining hall that short on food supplies?
No, but I like to hunt every now and again. Keep my skills sharp.
I suppose so. You're from a family of hunters, right? Well, there's no shortage of prey to hunt around here.
True. Not many hunters around the monastery, huh? Rivers full of fish, trees bursting with fruit, mushrooms ready to harvest all over. It's the kind of place where you can really be self-sufficient. Guess we can thank the goddess for that.
I don't know. I'm more inclined to thank the bountiful earth than the goddess for such things. The goddess may offer spiritual guidance, but she doesn't fill our bellies, that's for sure.
Not a very noble-sounding thing, to disregard the goddess and honor the land.
Leonie, whose grace do you suppose humans live by? The goddess? The nobility? I'd say it's neither. It's the endless bounty of this magnificent land that gives us life.
Won't hear me deny it. But who's to say it isn't the goddess whose protection makes nature thrive? I'm not the most devout person, but I'm not about to go around saying we don't need the goddess at all.
I said she gives spiritual support, didn't I? I wouldn't go so far as to say she's wholly unnecessary. But in Elmira, Dagda, Bridget, and plenty of other places, they don't believe in the goddess. Nature is a blessing that knows nothing of borders. The goddess is the goddess, and the earth is the earth. They should both be revered for what they are.
Oh, snap.
Look, this is just my personal opinion. If you truly believe that everything depends on the goddess of Seros, that's your...
Hey, it's fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'm a believer, but I know there are those who aren't. And I kind of like your way of thinking. Giving thanks to nature and all. It makes sense.
I knew a wild girl like you would be able to get behind an idea like that.
What, like I'm feral or something?
Hey, you know, this kind of talk could be viewed as heresy if it was public.
Yeah, probably. We'll just have to keep it to ourselves.
Claude is such a Chad, holy shit. This is a good way to get their support up, since I'm not from their class.
Happy to eat alone, but all right.
Eating with friends is warming for the heart.
Bonds among you three grew stronger. Trying to pick a meal for all of us to enjoy. Nope. Immortality stew. This sounds badass. I've made some immortality stew.
It is necessary to be having fresh ingredients for cooking. One day, I will be showing you cooking from my homeland. I am in agreement.
Well, so she's not from here. She's from Bridget. Yeah, she's definitely one person. I recruit her and who else? Felix. I don't think I've met anything else. Anybody else really?
Are we really just taking Claude's word for it? If so, I doubt anything will come of this. I find it...
Why is there a thing? Oh wait, I took it. What's this? Just leaves poultry hanging around in a barrel.
First the uprising and now all this talk of an assassination? What is the world coming to?
I should offer my magical services, just in case.
I've devised a spell to trick flowers into behaving like guard dogs. At the first sign of an intruder, the petals burst open, releasing their pollen.
I'm still fine-tuning it.
Oh, have you come to beg my assistance? Then rejoice, for you have the aid of a nouvelle. You did come seeking my aid, yes. Hopefully with something befitting my station. An assignment for the Officers Academy? How splendid. I was a former attendee there myself, you know. I shall be a model of grace in my duties.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. I'll take her.
Thieves are targeting the monastery. I've been feeling restless lately, so if they wander my way, I'll do you a solid and clean their clocks. No charge. Don't beat around the bush, pal. You want my help, yeah? Can't blame you. Look, I get it. You're the new professor. You've got a lot on your plate. You need backup? I'm your guy.
Let me see if this is a... Hunko-san? Yo, thanks so much for the raid. Holy crap. Drea, what's happening?
Fine, you've talked me into it. But I'm gonna need you to sweeten the deal, if you catch my drift.
You came from Hunko's stream? Oh, nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Holy crap. Welcome, welcome, guys. I'm playing Fire Emblem right now, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And
Beautiful.
apparently recruiting people all of a sudden.
Sweetening. I'll need to attend your classes whenever the mood strikes. I get bored from time to time, all cooped up.
Greater B, hey, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? Playing some Fire Emblem 3 Houses right now. So I'm recruiting this.
I've been feeling restless lately, so if you want some help unleashing on those jerks, just say the word.
Just say the word and I'll use my abs to destroy them. Look at those suckers. Jesus Christ, you could cook on those things.
Oh, this could be fun. Now I've just got to figure out where they'll be coming from. My fists are itching for a brawl. Hopefully, I get first crack at those poor fools.
Thanks so much for the follow. Holy crap. Thank you. I am, I wouldn't go so far as say best friends just yet, but I'm getting there. He's been making friends with the others, which is funny, actually. Yeah, it's Fire Emblem. This is a how would I call it? I'm doing great, man. I'm just playing some Fire Emblem 3 Houses. This is an RPG, turn-based RPG role-playing. Yeah.
I've got my ideas about the people after Lady Rhea.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Have you guys ever heard of it? I play this, King of Fighters, and Apex Legends right now. I'm like cycling through those 3 games right now.
That secret message is suspicious. To take it at face value seems unwise.
There's Happy.
Not to be disrespectful, but the Rite of Rebirth seems kind of silly. What, the goddess is reborn?
The dude
every
from
year?
Smash? You're not wrong. Well, yeah, this character's from Smash. Yeah, Byleth. I gave him glasses though, so he has like glasses now. But yeah, this is the original game he's from, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. It's a game where like you get to choose one of the 3 houses and you guide those students, but like those 3 houses like offered completely different stories. So like that's like the whole idea of the game. That's what they're at.
Although, hey, if you do run into her, let me know. I'd like to have a word. I bet she'll be pretty upset to learn what the church has been doing in her name.
Let me recruit her.
What? You want to know if I can help out?
Yes, Happy.
I've got time, but I don't want to spend it all serving the church. Don't make that face. Fine, fine. I'll back you up.
You mean this one?
Yeah, sure thing. You know, I've never really had a teacher before.
Yeah, we're not so bad. Teachers, I'm just the guy who teaches stuff. Yeah, you're a teacher in this game, which is it's hilarious. It's actually great. I'm gonna be instructing the students in a bit, but right now it's like some cooldown before the next mission. I think that's all I gotta do down here. I never played the Fire Emblem. I was on the fence to play it, to be honest. New just wants Claude to be his BFF. Nothing else matters. Dre, you're giving away my secrets. You know, I don't like to be direct about it. I have to, you know. I'm joking. No, I'm not that serious about it. It's all about being friends with everybody else. Yeah, it's you'll get your hands full with this game though, for sure. Unko-san, that's a very it's a long game. I don't see anybody playing just one story because all 3 routes are different. There's also a 4th route and a huge like side story, like DLC side story. So this game you could easily spend like 100 hours, over 150 hours. I believe I have like 100-ish hours in this game. Alright, yeah, I'm exploring the monastery right now. So yeah, like I said, there's a bunch of cooldown, there's a bunch of students, some that aren't from my house, some that you could recruit, but then there's some that you can't. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I gotta talk to Claude. I'm gonna talk to Claude right now, Andrea, watch. Me and him are buds. Nothing else matters. I'm doing it all for Claude. Here's Claude right here.
I see. Thanks. That was a big help.
Know your enemy. Yeah, we're trying to figure out. There's an assassination attempt happening at the church.
Something the church values above all else.
But Claude thinks it's not an assassination attempt. It's more of a diversion, and they're trying to sneak in somehow. That's like what the main idea is. Main plan is happening right now. So I think we're about to find out who the enemy is.
And on the day of the rite, it'll be open to the public, making it easier than ever to get inside. That's gotta be it, right?
The dining hall? No, the mausoleum.
We don't know the enemy's intentions, not yet. But our best bet is that their target will be the Holy Mausoleum.
The best part about these games are the relationships you develop with the other characters and what the characters develop with each other. Well, that's like honestly the best part about it. You learn so much about the characters are really well thought out. I mean, I talked to most of them already, so I'm gonna... Oh, that's right. Yeah, I talked to everybody. I think I'm done. Yep. I gotta finish up that drawing too, by the way. So I'll have another drawing stream. I'll have the drawing stream probably like this Sunday to finish up the Rock Howard drawing that I'd started Sunday or yesterday. Beginner sword tournament. Who would I send for that? I don't have any sword users except Felix. All right, Felix, give it a shot. Go.
Next time, bring your friends.
I'm gonna put it all together, Drea. So don't worry about it. I'm gonna put it all together.
Next time, bring your friends.
Felix is killing it. You handsome devil.
Why am I even here?
Why am I even here, he says. Such attitude.
Another win.
Oh, he's destroying it this tournament. Holy crap. Nope, I think he won this. Yeah, I'll have to compile the whole thing. I usually put the whole thing together as a time-lapse drawing. That'll probably be going up on my Instagram. I have to draw his wings and his left arm and his face. How was your stream, by the way? What was Funko-san playing? Yeah, I'm definitely playing less of Apex, more so the Fire Emblem, King of Fighters, and still Apex, but I'm gonna try to like juggle 3 games or so. I think there's a good balance. Is she still behind her door? She's still in her dorm.
Hi.
Why did you think this was mine?
Well then, Bernadetta, I just wanted to talk. He was playing Limbo. It was visually appealing. I never played that game before. I heard it's appealing, like in terms of, yeah, the visual style of it.
Are we really? If so, I find it.
Okay.
I'll do another dinner.
Maybe.
See who benefits from these dinners. Claude and... I'm gonna have dinner with Claude. I swear it's a healthy relationship. Let's try that. Maybe they'll have a funny conversation. See, the good thing, what you want to do is build the supports to gain better stats. Like if they're next to each other in battle, they'll gain extra stats.
My fave, in fact. Do you like it too?
There you go. And now he maximized the motivation, so now I can teach him. There's a lot of things about it. All right, I'm gonna do the hymn, the choir. Who am I gonna sing with? Dimitri? No. Constance? Why not?
Learning these things gives me great
Oh, she can't sing.
difficulty.
Tra-la-la-la-la, sing out over peaks, ring out over valleys, let my lovely voice echo through the streets and alleys.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting that.